So, I've been talking all this time about using your natal chart to rebuild your life. And so you're probably like, how in the hell do I do that? Well, in this video, in this live, I'm going to go over my 3-step framework that I use in order to read my natal chart and to use it to rebuild my life. Okay. So if you are new to me or to my page or the channel, to any of my content on social media land, my name is Kay Catrice. I am the Natal Chart Navigator. I am an intuitive energy reader and educator. And I teach open-minded, ambitious, beautiful inside and out women how to use their natal chart to rebuild their lives after divorce. Okay. And so, jumping into it, so today I am going to show the chart. So I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to show the chart so that you can see each part of the framework, so you kind of understand it, and then we'll move from there. Okay, so there's 3 things, right? Like, first of all, with your natal chart, if you don't know what a natal chart is, it is a snapshot of the sky at your time, place, and date of birth. Okay. And so if you know your birth time, you can pull your chart. If you don't know your birth time, you can kind of guess it to see uh, what it is, or you can get your chart rectified. Okay. So but there's 3 things that I use in order to started to rebuild my life after I decided that I no longer wanted to be married. Okay. And so the first thing is your natal placements. Okay. And so that is where all of the planets and luminaries were at your time of birth when you were born. Okay. Then aspects. Aspects are how the energies in your chart interact with each other. And the third thing is the transits. And so the transits are where the current planetary movements. Okay. And so the natal placements show you the energies that you were born with. Okay. So, for example, if your sun is in the sign of Gemini, then at your core, who you are, what your soul came here to express itself as, is in a Gemini type of way. Okay. Gemini energy is all about communication. And so your soul came here to be expressive, okay, to be communicative. There's a message, there's something that you just want to get out, okay? Now, so that energy is inside of you, okay? So your natal placements pretty much tell you what energies you were born with, how those energies are expressed within that planet, okay? And then the houses that the planets are in tell you what area of life is going to have more significance for you with that placement, okay? Now, all the houses are important because it's the 12 areas of your life. So all of the houses are important. However, the houses that have planetary bodies in them have more of a significance in this lifetime. So there's gonna be more energy. There's gonna be more emphasis on those areas of life. But all 12 areas are very important. Okay. All right, and so then you go next, you look at your aspects, okay? And so the aspects are how the energies interact with one another, okay? So when it comes to one of the ones that I won't say that it is, let's just say it's challenging, okay? So when it comes to aspects, there's like 5 major aspects, and then there's like some minor aspects, okay? But the 5 major aspects are the conjunction, which is the 2 planetary bodies are close in proximity within about 10 degrees, okay, 10 degrees or less, conjunction. The opposition is when the planets are in opposite of each other, so 180 degrees. The square is when they are 90 degrees apart, okay, so all three of those energies can be challenging. Okay. And then you have the sextile, which is when they are 30 degrees. No, sextile is, yeah, 60 degrees. Sextiles are 60 degrees, and the energies flow really well. They work really well together. And then you have the trines, which are um, they are normally in the same element, and so the energies really work really really well because they're of the same element. Okay, and so you want to look at your natal placements because those tell you how the energies interact. So, for example, Venus square Neptune. Okay, so I have this placement. Okay, and so when it comes to love, you can Venus square Neptune can make you really delusional in love. It can make you wear rose-colored glasses, and you definitely kind of ignore red flags, or you will just kind of brush things off to the side because it's like, well, they're so sweet and they're so this and they're so that, and so it makes it so that you aren't like focused on the negative. You just kind of you're like in a dreamland delusion, and so you see what you want to see. Okay, um, and so that is a tense energy because while Neptune is really great for your imagination. Um, is not so good because it does make things kind of cloudy. And so you have to, in love, especially with Venus square Neptune, you have to be very mindful, very aware of what's going on. Um, and you also have to not be afraid to speak up and say how you feel about something or what you think about something. If you have this, because it can also make it to where you don't want to ruffle any feathers. Okay. Um, and so then the last the last thing that I really use is when you look at the transits. The transits are the current planetary energies. Okay, so it's where the planets are currently moving and transiting right now. Okay, and so those are what the transits are how you really start the rebuilding process. Okay, because that's well the trend I won't say it's how you start the rebuilding process. The transits are where you really start seeing the energy in motion. Okay, and so you learn how to follow the energies and what you need to work on within that planet's transit. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen because it'll make more sense if I share my screen. Okay, make sure it's showing. Okay, all right. So this natal chart here. Okay. And so the natal placements are here in the black. Okay. These are all the natal placements in this chart. Okay. And so when you first start learning your natal chart, how to utilize your natal chart, this is what you're going to first, want to learn is these placements, what they mean. You want to understand the houses. Okay. You see there's 12 here. And you also understand the energies on the houses. Okay. You want to understand that. Then this down here, these are the aspects. Okay. So this is a square, the square. This is conjunction. Okay. This is opposition. This is a sextile. And this is a trine. Now, the green and the black, those are some minor aspects, and they do. have significance. But when you're first just learning, you want to focus on the main ones, okay? The red and the blue. And then the more advanced you get, you can go into the black and the green, okay? And so you want to learn the natal um, planetary placements first and how those energies are expressed, okay? Now, the transits the transits are you those you're going to always utilize, so you're always going to be looking at the transits because the transits tell you what you need to work on next in regards to that planet, okay? And so seeing here the sun is in the sign of Gemini, okay, in the 11th house. So during the 4 weeks of Gemini, this chart this person whose chart this is, they would be working on their networking because 11th house is networking, friends, um, you know, and so they would be working on their networking, okay, working on their friendships, working on um, the things that are going on here within the contents of the 11th house. Now, Saturn here is in Pisces, okay, and so Saturn in the sign of Pisces, they're going to be getting boundaries within the spiritual realm, getting boundaries within the areas of the eighth house, which is intimacy, sex. This also is trauma. So, maybe working on trauma if there's some traumatic things going on with this person. Okay. Now, transits also activate the natal placements. So, whatever's going on, whatever is being activated here in this house, you also have to look at this house where Saturn is to see what's going on with that. How is that being affected here? Okay. Um, and then you can also look at the ruler of the sign and their transit to see how that's going to affect that house as well. Okay. All right. So I know that that was quite a bit of information. And I'm going to be going more in depth on this, breaking this framework down, really going in depth to show you how you use this 3-step framework really to um, rebuild your life. Okay. And so if you found value, please share it out so others can find value as well. Also, if you're watching this on YouTube, give it a like if it was valuable for you. Now, if you are like, you know what, I am ready. I'm ready to tap into me. I'm ready so that I can rebuild my life my way. Okay. If that is you, you can send me a DM if you're watching this on Facebook, or you can just click the link there to book a 20-minute energy audit with me. If you're brand new to astrology and you're like, I'm ready, I want to know how can I rebuild my life? How can I live the life that I want to live, not the life that somebody told me I needed to live? And so you can click the link, you can book a 20-minute energy audit. Or if you're a little more advanced and you're like, I just want a full reading, right? I just want a full reading. I just want to go in and know, about me and what's going on. You can click the link, book. That's my link tree, so it has all of my services that I'm offering at this time, and so you can just book there, and we'll get you situated. All right. And so remember, possibilities are endless. If you can see it in your mind, you can definitely hold it in your hand, and that should make you smile because you really do create your own reality.